Tuesday, February 13th, 2018. Welcome to Sportsbook. Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com. My apologies. My eyes are going to be all over the place today. I should have the camera issue fixed by tomorrow. But for right now, we're just going to have to deal with it as we go through bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. B from last night. Let's start. Oh, worth noting, we do not have Dave Mason today. Normally on Tuesdays, we do a deep dive with Dave Mason from betonline.com. But Dave Mason, he gets a vacation once in a while. He's taking today off. We'll have him back next week as we continue those deep dives. Let's get right into it. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Oh, this was a tough one if you had San Antonio on the money line last night, and a rare one at that. Look at the tweet from ESPN Stats and Info. The Spurs led the Jazz 83-70 going into the fourth quarter. Entering the night, the Spurs 775-3 under Greg Popovich when leading by 13 or more points into the fourth. Well, they're now 775-4. The Jazz defense locked down during crunch time, and incredibly, Gobert was a part of the rally, but Gobert was on the bench for the last 6 minutes of that game. Derek Favors came in to the contest. You know, he played so well that one of the best defensive players in the NBA sat on the bench the rest of the way. Impressive come from behind win for the Red Hot Jazz. Bad beat. You had San Antonio on the money line last night. One more bad beat worth talking about. Oh, this was tough. There's nothing worse than the game that goes, you have the under, and it goes into overtime. And the under still cashes at the end of one OT, and then you go into double overtime. Those are just gut punches, really are. Baylor, Texas last night. Total got bet from 134 down to 132. That was a right move. Only 112 in regulation. Only 128 after the first overtime. Couldn't survive the second OT. Bad beat. You had the under in that one. Bad bet from last night certainly stands out. And sometimes the markets make moves that it leaves my head scratching. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? We saw oversteam last night. Clippers and the Nets. Despite the fact that, and I mean significant, 218.5 up to 222. That was a pretty big move. The Clips haven't played an over in the last 5 games. 5 straight unders in the post-Griffin era. Now the Clips only 2 games out of the number 5 seed in the West last night with the win. DeAndre Jordan, 16.17 boards. But over money? No. That was wrong side in that one. Clips continue their underrun. Bad for books from last night. Well, this is one that's never good. On Big Monday, when it gets steamed, yeah, West Virginia took a bunch of steam yesterday. -6 up to -8 against TCU. The under got steamed down. 159 all the way down to 153.5. Well, it was a really bad game for the books. National TV game, the side won, the total won. TCU shorthanded, and they did not put up all that much of a fight. Both moves, right side winners. The books took a beating on West Virginia TCU last night. Let's take a look at a couple of tweets. I don't do a lot with futures here on sports, but I really don't because I'm not a big fan of the future book. I understand that there are a lot of guys that want to have those championship tickets in their pocket. They want to have some futures action going into the postseason. I understand that as a concept. As a bettor, the future book is not something that I tend to look for because the house takeout percentages on these future book wagers are enormous. And at the end of the season, only one team's going to win. 29 out of 30 tickets are going to be losers. That being said, I know you guys like to hear them, and I know you guys like to see them. So let's take a look at an update from what we have from the NBA. This is a tweet from David Payne Purdom talking about the LV Superbook numbers. The Warriors, yeah, they're -200 to win the title. The Rockets are 3-1. The Cavs are 8-1. Raptors 15-1. Celtics 20-1. Spurs and Thunder 25-1. Basically, the markets are saying it's Golden State or Houston, and that's it. And I don't disagree with that. We don't see very often teams come from the middle of the pack to make noise in the NBA postseason. I can understand why the numbers are where they are. And given those numbers, there's not a single bet I'm looking to make. Not one. Maybe Boston 20-1. I don't think so. I haven't bet it. I haven't been tempted by it. So not one that stands out to me. Same thing for hockey. And of course, I don't know jack about hockey, but I figured if we're going to talk hockey, and of course with Vegas, the Golden Knights taking a ton of money here in town. I wanted to throw the numbers up at least. This was from Jeff Sherman. at Golf Odds, also from the LV Superbook. Talk about the Golden Knights now as the second favorite to win the Stanley Cup. This is an expansion team. Of course, the Lightning, the Predators, the Penguins, also at the top of the curve for the NHL. Again, not something that I know a ton about. I'm not a hockey guy. If you're looking for great hockey info, I'm afraid you're going to have to find another source. But when it comes to FutureBrook odds, I'm happy to share them, especially when we talk about updated odds here in the All-Star break time of the year. Big game breakdown coming up next. Not one, not two. NBA triple header for tonight. Of course, with the All-Star break starting on Friday, we'll have plenty of college to talk about later in the week. So we'll focus on the NBA today, right here on Sportsbook. Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.